Yo, so I'm not like all the way where I want to be in terms of success, right? Like I'm not hundred millions of dollars, billionaire, Lamborghinis, huge family, wife, kids, 225 pounds, 6% body fat. Like I'm not like all the way in this perfect vision. And even when I get there, right, the vision is gonna always expand. But what I can say is I'm a lot farther than when I used to be. And when I got started with all this, I was just in a lot more confused and place of like unsurety within myself of like what was really possible for me and like what I could create with my life. And over time, as I've changed, as I've gotten better results and been able to learn and grow and take different actions, what I've really found to be the key, and a lot of everyone talks about this, right, in the whole self-improvement, entrepreneurship, growth, self-growth type of communities, which is action is the only thing that matters, right? And I think a lot of times, we can overthink or confuse what the next action should be in hopes to be perfect, in hopes to get it right, in hopes to, do things in a way to where you can kind of accelerate the journey. So the lie and things that we tell ourselves and what I've told myself in the past is, oh, let me learn a little bit more. Let me keep learning. Let me keep learning. Let me keep learning in order to ultimately make the right decisions and have the right distinctions and insights, so that way I can again like improve the results that I'm getting on my life. But the false dichotomy with that is we start to associate learning with the input to get us the results that we want, when rarely is that ever the case. Like rarely is there ever a direct input from learning to a result. Now, when you combine that learning with a certain type of action, then now that's going to lead to a certain type of result that you can actually, be proud of, right? So, for example, I could learn all day about how to approach girls. What's the right pickup line to say? Who should I approach? How can I become the best version of myself? How can I lead the conversation? I can learn all the interdynamics of feminine, female nature. I can learn all the tips and tools and tactics of how to approach a woman. But until I actually go outside, until I actually put myself around women, until I actually see what I'm attracted to, until I actually approach her and try to talk to her, I'm never going to, one, get the result I want, which is probably to have a girlfriend or sleep with this girl if you into that, or, just have a genuine connection with a beautiful woman who I'm attracted to, right? So I'm never going to have that if I never take action to go get it. But then the second thing is like the best learnings, like the false dichotomy of like, oh, I could just learn from other people's experiences. The best learnings are going to be from your own experiences. And then you combine those own experiences with others, and then now you're able to grow at a much faster rate. But it has to be massive action and it has to be massive learning at the same time. So how do you approach this in practicality? Because again, like hearing these type of things from different people on the internet, YouTube, books, podcasts, all these different things of what you should be doing. You should be doing this. You should be doing this. This is the best business model. This is the best way to get in shape. This is the best diet. This is the best this. This is the best this. This is the best this. And then you have all these different philosophies on life, or all these different ways that you could approach problems. And you almost get this analysis paralysis to where you don't do anything. So what I would recommend, and kind of what I'm revisiting in my life, and kind of the book I'm about to reread about this topic, which is called The Compound Effect, is that every small action you do leads to the bigger goal. So it's never about, oh, I'm going to do one thing and this is going to change the trajectory of my life forever. Like when I look back on my past, when I look back on the past, 6 years, 7 years of self-improvement, I don't look at myself and think, oh, it was that one decision that one day when I did that one thing that made me who I am today. Like, no, it's been a constant process of learning, applying what I'm learning, taking action, trying to improve, trying to get better, understanding myself better, not being afraid to ask the hard questions, not being afraid of uncomfortable situations, always going within and figuring out what I should do next. So it was actually doing the work that you should be doing in order to get the results that you want. So what I would really hope and encourage you all who's tuned into this channel to start to think with, and the perspective to look at life, is like, what results am I getting? Like, think from a results framework. Like, if you always thinking about what results am I getting, and it's real simple. Let's keep it the big three areas of life. It's like money. How much money you made this month? How much money is in your bank account? How much money you make last month? How much money is in your savings? How much money is in your investment portfolio? How much money is in this bank account? How much money you got here? Like, what's your metric? Your relationships, like, what's the result? Like, are you in a happy, committed relationship with somebody if that's what you want right now, that you're attracted to? Why not? Reverse engineer how to fix it. Friend circle. Do you have a network of high value people around you that can pour into you and help you grow as an individual and become the best version of yourself? If you don't, why? Reverse engineer that. Are you in the best shape of your life? Why? Reverse engineer it. So it's really all about, again, being results focused, because that allows us to really get clear and really have a direction to go in our daily actions. Like, it's real simple when we think about the result, because then we can just figure out, when I say reverse engineer, what I mean by that is we could just figure out what will be the first step. So if you reverse engineer the process of getting 225 pounds at 6% body fat, right? For me, I'm 6'4", I'm a tall guy, big guy, so that's a good size for me, right? So if I reverse engineer that, first I have to think about, okay, where am I going, right? And then where am I at right now? So I'm right now probably 210, maybe 8% body fat, because I've been fasting a little bit more these last couple days, so I lost a few pounds. So I'm probably lower body fat, but also lower weight, because I was just 220. So I'm probably 210, 8%. So what do I need to do to get to 225, 6%? Well, I need to gain more muscle and I need to lose more fat. How do you gain muscle? How do you lose fat? I can move more, eat more food that's protein rich, and do more type of fasting to get the fat off me. So it's once I have a result, and once I know where I'm at, and once I know how to get there, now I can just take the next simplest action. Question is, did you work out today? What did you eat today? Was it protein rich? Was it these things? And now, instead of overthinking what I should do next, you can always just take the next right action. But what stops most people from doing this, in my opinion, and what it's kind of been in my life, is when you remove your focus from the goal. It's like when your goal gets out of frame and you put back in the frame your old lifestyle, your old habits, your own identity, and that's the script that you continue to start living out, then you're going to stay in that loop and you're going to produce the same results. So how do we flip our script? How do we change the programming? How do we change our habits? How do we change the results that we're getting? Well, the way that the brain works and our subconscious mind, and the way that a mechanism called the reticular activating system works, is it's selective focus. So the reticular activating system, it's the RAS for short, big words, but it's kind of just like a servo mechanism for what you want. So what this does is it not only gives you what you want, but it gives you what's important to you. So if you're looking at a goal every day and you're feeling it, you're making it important, you're giving a very intense emotional connection to your goals, that's telling your brain this thing is very important to me. The more intense the emotional connection is to the thing that you're thinking about, talking about, dreaming about, acting about, the more emotionally intense that is, more passionate about it you feel, the more excited about it you feel, the more happy and grateful about it you feel, the more important it is to you. And the more important it is to you, the more your brain is going to show you evidence of that reality in your everyday life. And I don't want to get metaphysical and esoteric, but what that means is you will literally just start seeing or start having thoughts of, instead of grabbing this cookie, let me grab this apple. Instead of eating this cheeseburger, let me eat this steak. Instead of cooking this type of meal, let me cook this type of meal. Instead of doing this, do this. So it's just these small little decisions that you not necessarily think about that you're going to make, but it's decisions that you're programmed to make based on what's been important to you in the past. What's been important to you in the past is getting the maximum amount of pleasure, eating the best foods, experiencing this and this. Comfort, it's usually the killer for a lot of people. And when comfort is important, stagnation and no growth is inevitable. So I hope that makes sense. Just take the next right step. The next right step for me, I'm gonna go hit the gym again. I didn't get the best workout this morning. I'm back, so we're gonna go hit another back workout. I'm gonna get a little pre-workout carbs in me, and we're gonna hit this back workout, and we just gonna keep moving things forward. Stay moving, stay keeping the momentum. Compound effect. These little micro things add up. 7 years later, I would have never thought that I'd be who I am right now in terms of me as a person, right? So like it if you like it, comment what you want to see next, subscribe if you're new. Catch you all in the next one. Peace.